Raduno made a mega stream. Now we do a little bit of talk. I hope you're all well. We don't do these things since a lot. So much that even our promo video is old. We are working on a new one. Next Bangkok Raduno 7 is going to be from 11 to 14. But now let's introduce the real star of the show. Bangkok Raduno founder, one of the best singer-songwriter in punk rock history in Europe, my good friend Andrea. Now he's even driving an
Hello.
helicopter, as you can see. Hello, Andrea.
Yeah,
How are you?
I am also mixing while I
Yes, good.
while I do this
Where
interview
are
and
you?
chat. I'm in a movie theater.
Mhm.
I work here, and also I use it as my studio to record vocals and demos. That's the space I use.
I mean, you work in a movie theater. Like your life sounds like a Manges song. You know, like punk rocker, movie theater, like
And
operator,
I'm a projectionist. But it's a
projectionist,
pretty easy job now. I just have to, press play on a computer, and the movie goes.
and watch movies. Yes,
I watched the movie, yes.
beautiful, beautiful. How are you?
Not tonight, because I'm here with you guys. I'm good. I'm good. How was your weekend? What
My
did you do?
weekend was very boring until today because it was boring on Friday. I missed the punk rock show yesterday evening because I was too tired. Boo, lame Franz. And but but today I kind of when you feel bad because you don't do something because you're too tired or you're just not in the mood. So I missed the show and I felt the whole night that I was missing the show. So even this morning. But then you know what I did? I followed the whole mega Raduno mega stream today, and I watched
Oh,
a lot
nice.
of shows that I was not able to watch during Bangkok Raduno 5 and 6, and I was happily impressed by the shows. So it was great.
Oh
And
yeah.
we start to say hi to Atina. Hello, Atina. Nice to see you.
So no, yesterday night I actually went to a punk rock gig here in La Spezia, in La Scaletta Club. I watched there was my drummer, my Manges drummer Manuel, other band Dangerous Chickens,
Mhm.
and also there was Stripe Records recording artist the Slurmis
Mhm.
came to my
Nice.
hometown. So yeah, it was a fun night for a while. Then we all got drunk. You know when you drink too the cocktails are too heavy, you drink a couple, and suddenly you you go from having fun to saying like, oh god, I'm fucked. So this is what happened.
That's perfect. No, you describe it perfectly because when you realize that the cocktails were one too many, and you're already fucked. Like
Yeah.
you're like, okay, there is no way back. But let's see our first guest, what he did in the weekend and what he's doing now. Here he
What's
Wow.
up?
is.
I'm at the
Ciao.
beach, as you can see, chilling at the beach.
Yes,
No,
exactly.
yeah.
Where are
No,
you?
I'm at. What's up, guys? Good to see you guys.
Me too.
It's
See you
been a
too.
while.
Yes.
I meant to come to Vienna last month to hang with both of you at the Decrex party, but unfortunately couldn't make it. So yeah,
Yeah, it's
finally
too bad.
seeing you.
It's been awesome. I have to say
Yeah,
it's
I
been a
believe
very
you.
nice
Yeah,
weekend. I'm very happy for Decrex because they put a lot of effort into organizing that, and their reward has been a really fun weekend. Everybody was
yeah.
happy.
Yeah,
So
awesome. I was at the Sweet 16. Franz was there as well. So 4 years ago, it was great. So and it was actually my first time being in Vienna. So I was really looking forward coming back. But maybe when they turn 25,
exactly.
yeah.
Don't
But
worry, we didn't had so much fun. We had a lot of fun.
yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah. I
it was
know.
even
Yeah.
better than that
You had
time.
all
And
the fun. Yeah, even better that I was not there. So you could have all the fun for
no,
me.
I actually had only one day, so it's Andrea that had the whole fun for the
Okay.
weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
I just
Oh, nice.
but even Bruno, my brother, was there,
Yeah.
which
Wow.
means if he's there, like it's an important event,
Yeah.
and
Nice.
And of course, how Dick Rex can put on a party. So
Yeah, of course.
hello,
Awesome.
everyone joining. I know, like right now, it's during the last stream of the day because we had like 10 hours of shows, 12 bands. Now it's the turn of Chicks Dig It. So, guys, we are going against Chicks Dig It, which is the worst thing, the stupidest
Yeah.
thing you could do to organize this.
That's true.
Yeah, now that I think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what was that? It's
But
really
yeah, what we can say is that the live shows that are on the Punk Raduno YouTube channel are premiering today, but they're gonna stay online from now on. So what's happening is
Nice.
you guys can catch up all the shows that you missed today
Yeah.
anytime on YouTube.
and today I was also able to watch again the Stardumb Records All Star Band, and
Yes.
I got a little bit of emotional when Will came down from the stage and went to on your down on his
Yeah.
knees in front of you.
Yeah. No, that was so great. Yeah, I want to thank you guys again for that whole day. The trust in the label and everything, and that all star band, all the effort of everybody. I don't know. I was just smiling the whole set. It's just really really great. So
How
yeah,
did you felt,
thanks.
Stefan? I was wondering during that because that was during Punk Rock Raduno 5. It was the Friday night was the dedicated to Stardom, and
Yeah,
I mean it must be, I mean, overwhelming, when it's all the bands you worked for like for many years, and then playing on stage, everyone was thanking you, and you were like the center of the attention. At the same time, I
yeah.
think,
The thing
yeah,
is, that's the weird thing. There's a reason why I started the label, because I was not the guy to be in the center of the attention. I always liked to be in the back of things. Even since I was a kid, I've always been wanted to create. So that was my nature, but I didn't want the attention. So yeah, running a label is actually nice for that. You can be so active, uh, and it's actually about the bands, and that's
yeah.
I think
sometimes
the beautiful part is being in service of your friends and the bands you like.
yes, yeah. That's the reason why a lot of our friends also become a DJ, or like we're fans of a certain music. And you want the whole world to know, and especially in our scene, we all feel that those bands are brilliant, and yeah, if you can do something to give them a little push and give them a wider audience, that's great. But yeah, the conflict in my head sometimes, I use the opportunity, like last year when I came to the 100 release. I made a big deal about it. It's all to celebrate the Apers, but I'm also using the 100 label, 100 release of the label. So sometimes I feel like I don't want it to be about me, but sometimes I need to use like a milestone, um, to show the world, look at those great bands. So with the 20th anniversary, I was really thankful for you guys to kind of take that part. It was not really, I didn't organize the festival, so it felt nicer. But then still, I decided, of course, 2 years before we actually ended up at Raduno, to do the compilation, the 20th anniversary double LP. But again, it's just great to have like um, put a spotlight on also forgotten songs that I think are brilliant. Like I used before in an example, because that Kurt Baker, for example, covers like a favorite song, and a lot of people who are into punk rock right now, they maybe have never heard of the favorites, because they were around for only a short time, 20 years ago. So yeah, to have Kurt cover that song, it I don't know, it's worth it. I feel it's the same, like everybody loves that like the Nuggets compilations exist and stuff like that, because there's a lot of, I mean, you don't need to push the Rolling Stones. Everybody knows them, but there's a lot of bands that had a few great songs, and we're happy that there's those compilations, and in a way, we got to work on our own legacy. Like if we don't do it for the bands that we love, then nobody's gonna do it. But anyway, Stardom Forever, I read down here. Thanks, Athena.
Yeah,
She's
very
always a
good.
supporter of the label. So yeah, thanks.
Yes, Stefan,
And
we really appreciate the Standard All Star show that we had at the Raduno, and I believe it is really in the spirit of the festival, because some parts of the festival, some acts that we managed to have, like I don't know, CJ and Manges, Cody and Proton Packs, or Dr. Frank with Lone Wolf. I mean, this is the kind of things that happens only at the Raduno.
Yes,
Yeah.
So that was so amazing.
The show that is probably one of the shows that has been more in the spirit of the festival. And as I said many times, the festival itself, it is designed by me and Franz to be the home for different labels and different people that are active in the scene. So we are always happy if labels like Stardumb take an active part into the festival, not just attending, not just paying a promotional spot. The festival is designed for who wants to be part of it, can be part of it. So this is
awesome.
This is perfect for us.
Well, it's a family gathering on every level, right? Like
it's not like we do our festival, come see our festival. It's just let's do this festival. So we are thinking of ways to get more people involved.
I think it's totally important what you said, that it's not our festival. It's designed to be everyone's festival. And in that spirit, and in the spirit, the Lone Wolf, first of all, put were the backing band of this set, and this is one of your 2023 release with Stardumb. You did many releases this year. I saw you making a post recently about the 2023.
10 releases in total. That's including like the Apris box set, and then the 3 albums were released separately. So if you can count those as 4 releases, then I made it up to 10 this year. But I'm super happy about this compilation. About this live record. That it turned out great. Thanks to Lone Wolf for being an awesome backing band. Thanks for Bruno for doing his magic, with recording and mixing it. And for me, I know, if I'll put this record on in 20 years from now, I'll be back in Bergamo at the Edone. That's really cool that we are able to capture like those special moments, thanks to that you guys have this all worked out. Like,
we actually didn't do anything for this.
Yes. Well, maybe the 2 of you didn't, but the whole crew, I've said it before at various places that what you guys are doing over there with like the whole Raduno family is
time to speak the truth. The festival is designed for me and Franz to work less and less.
Yes. Every year we try to say, like, we have to work less and have more fun.
Yeah, nice.
So last year, Andrea last year decided to get married. So he said, like, so you're gonna have even more fun, know. And next year, who knows what it's gonna be? Maybe I'm gonna get fired, so I can just not work.
Yeah,
and
Franz, right? That I did the Stardom Rumble and later Rotterdam Rumble festivals back in the day, I did it wrong. I had too many jobs during the weekend, so I didn't enjoy the festival the way I should. Like only at the last night when every band was in and everything, then like I could enjoy. So the Saturday night, usually it started on Wednesday, then the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday were the big days. And nowadays, I'll make sure that there's if I'm involved with something, that I don't have to do everything myself. It's just it's just a shame, especially if you put like half a year of work in a festival like that. you have to be able to walk around and enjoy and not just stress like, oh, is this backline ready? And are this band getting their food? You need a bigger team to actually enjoy it, because in a way it's a shame that I know a lot of people love the festivals and I was proud of it, but I missed way too much of it myself.
No.
So I'm happy you guys are doing this slightly better.
Well, if I could turn the camera right now, you will see like a Rotterdam Rumble poster from 2007, the one with the Godzilla one.
Yeah.
That, and if I see like the lineup, of course, is great, because how much influenced, like, our job in general, or the bands we do, or even like the tours I did. So it was great. You opened the gate for us to get in, and Monster Zero Mash, and of course.
I didn't open a gate. I'm just older than you, Franz. That's it. That's just how it goes. Like I was there a few years before you, just because I was born a few years earlier. But I was happy to have you over, and I appreciate that you see me as influence. That's it means a lot, because nobody's done it better than you guys. This kind of stuff. So if my festival helped a little bit for you guys to get inspiration, then I'll take it.
Absolutely. No, but I think Andrea said it many times. Of course, you guys are slightly older than me, and started before. And I think Andrea described well when Italian bands were doing stuff in the early 2000s, but then the Dutch bands like the Apers, what you were doing with Stardumb and stuff came, and you showed us how to do the things in a punk way, but more professionalism. Because I think what inspired us in some way was like, okay, we can do it, like do it yourself, but still be serious about it, and being a little bit smart about it. And right, Andrea, like that was a little bit of
I believe in the 90s in Italy there was like the punk scene was totally split between the professionals that were trying to go mainstream and the DIY. But in the DIY there were a lot of pop punk bands that really didn't fit in the whole anarchy punk of the 80s mentality, or the old school. The scene was not good for pop punk bands. So when we saw you doing DIY, but in a very fresh, international, and very easy, funny way,
that's
of art, using your brain, but not trying to make a political statement every step of the way. And we just said, this is how you do it. Now that's it. And
I think we had the right balance indeed. That we took it serious, and we really wanted to connect. When we started the label, there was no social media yet, so it was hard to find people around Europe, and that was crazy to me. We already started the label. Kevin and me started the label, of course, like you guys know, but some people might only know Kevin as the guy behind Monster Zero. But the first 3 years of Stardumb, we did it together. Then I continued on my own, and then I think 4 years after that he started Monster Zero. But we already started it in the year 2000. April 2000 was our first release, and we took it with us on the first European Apers tour. And that tour opened something in my head, which really made us feel we got to do something here. Something important needs to be done, because we traveled around, and for example, we arrived in Voghera, Meet the Retarded, some band that I've never heard about, and it was our long lost brothers, that we've seen, and for me to realize that I could drive like 2 hours to Germany, then 2 more of 5 more hours like southward, and then meet the Rikis, then a few more hours southward, and meet Elmar, who's running Bachelor Records these days. Then a few more hours south and meet the Retarded and the Pee-wees and the Manges. Like, how come that I don't know any of those bands, but I do know all the American bands? Well, I could explain it, of course, because Italy had their fanzines, but they were in Italian, and I cannot read Italian. Germany has their fanzines are in German. So what can we all read? English. So we'll read Maximum Rock and Roll and whatever, So you get to know about the American scene, but not the countries right around the corner. So Kevin and I were really about that. Like, we need to we felt we met our brothers, but we really were about the family thing. So that's why we came up with the European Pop Punk Virus compilations. That's why we also on purpose hooked up bands like the Manges did a tour with the Backward Creatures, for example. We all tried to get people to connect, to make the scene smaller. And really soon afterwards, we didn't even have to push it anymore, because when MySpace got around, I don't know which year that was, but probably 2005 or so, then it all became way easier to connect. But in that small time period when we started the label, we really made an effort to make Europe smaller, and
we have a question for you, because we are talking about the past. Well, not us, but Mikkel has a question for you, not regarding the past but the future, which is: hi Stefan, can you talk about anything that's coming to Stardumb next year?
Yes, of course. Let's see. I have at the pressing plant right now a new Local Drags record. We just had one in when did it come out? In March last year. So he was on a roll and recorded a whole new album. All the other ones he recorded with Luke of the Copyrights, but this one he recorded with someone else, and you could tell the guitar sound is different and stuff. But I think it's a really nice record. So I've got that coming up, as well as I did the More Kicks record like 2 years ago, and unfortunately the band broke up. But the singer has a solo record, which I really love, and he sent it to me, and he said, "I don't know how this fits in your catalog." And I replied, "I don't know either, but I love it, so let's release it anyway." The artist that I had to think of while listening was Robin Hitchcock, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but he used to be in this band, the Soft Boys. And I actually know Robin Hitchcock and the Soft Boys through Dr. Frank. So for me, it all makes sense, But musically, it's really far away from a lot of the pop punk and power pop stuff that Stardumb is known for, of course. But yeah, that's two things that are pressing planned. Then Kepi Ghoulie is celebrating 40 years of Kepi / the Ghoulies coming year. And we have actually 2 releases coming up. And that includes actually unreleased Ghoulies recordings. So that's something that that I'm excited about. I didn't even know something unreleased by the Ghoulies existed, but apparently Scampy Roach and Kepi did some recordings in 2006, and something is gonna show up soon. So what else? One of the bands that streamed today recorded a new album with Bruno, the mastermind behind everything that makes the streams sound great, And I don't think we announced it yet as a Stardumb release, so it's like here you got a premiere. It's the Zadopex. They're finally finished their new album. It's so funny that their latest album was called About Bloody Time, right? Because how much years were between album number 2 and 3? Like 5 or so. And now it took them like 11 years to come up with the next one. So, but it's really great. It's a punk record, they didn't lose any of their energy, as you can see on stage. But yeah, I'm excited about that one.
Yeah,
so
I heard it. I must confess I heard it because I was there, and then Of course, that it was recorded by, produced by my brother and mastered by my best friend. So, during endless like car drives to shows and stuff, they will play me different. Like, what do you think about this mastering? What do you think? I can already do like a spoiler. I love the ska song.
Oh
And
man,
it sounds
and,
like a thing, but it's a great.
and you know who's playing on it, right?
Yes, yes. And
Yeah,
I'm
they've
not gonna reveal anything. I'm not
yeah.
gonna reveal.
I don't know if I'm not going to reveal it either, but for them and also for me because I love that guy. It's just if you do a ska song, you got to do it good. And yeah,
It's
they made
great.
it happen. So
Super
yeah,
great.
really cool.
And yeah, I'm very excited for that record to come out. I have a question for you both, and then Stefan, I know you have a show tonight to go
Yes,
because you know.
in 1 minute, Lone Wolf starts playing like downstairs. My
Okay, okay.
office
We-
is yeah. Well, I've seen him before, so I can arrive like a few minutes late. But
I
I want to
I
be
have a
there,
question.
like because I put up the show.
Okay, I have a question for you both
Yeah,
because we are talking about 10 releases for Stardumb Records, many releases for Striped Records this year, and hopefully more next year. How hard it is nowadays to push new releases, like the ones you described, Stefan, before, uh, compared to releasing like reissues, like the ones you released, for example, for Sketching Weasel, Andrea, or the ones you released for the Apers. So releases that already have a sort of, buzz around it, or that you can move. Because it seems to me it's getting harder and harder to promote new bands while the reissues market are getting higher, bigger and bigger.
correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
see
Mike.
anything. I don't see any error in what you say. You just say
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Uh,
You
this is
nailed it.
a this is a this is a market,
You would
and
almost think you run a record label yourself, Franz. You got so much
No, no,
insight.
but I mean, because I think we should discuss about this because, of course, if we want to break even with the label, like making safe releases is the way to do it,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
But then, for example, the thing you did, Stefan, with Lone Wolf, which is, bringing them from the beginning and making them grow and grow and grow. And they have a new beautiful record this year, and they keep touring. They put a lot of effort, and I'm sure that work pays off now, and probably you can move some copies of Lone Wolf.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
the amount of effort and the amount of talent, it's not comparable to the results you have. So it's very difficult now for a new band or a new artist to get a little bit of recognition. That's what it
Yeah.
feels to me, at least.
Yeah.
yeah. But I don't think we should talk about this issue in relation of the label work, because I believe a record label nowadays is not making much of a difference in sales for a band. You must be a record label with some sort of soul and characterization. So the record label itself sells records because this band is on this record label. Okay, but not all record labels work that way. I have two examples in you guys. I mean, Stardumb has a strong identity. Wild Honey Records has a strong identity. So when you guys release a record by a new band that I never heard of, anyway, I'm always curious and I'm intrigued, and maybe I want to buy that because it's on your label and I have all the releases of that label. Okay, but for example, Stripe Music tries has its own identity, but doesn't pretend to be a content generating record label. We're just printing records, distributing them, helping the bands the way we can with our knowledge of the punk rock scene, which is in some cases better than some of the band that we have, because maybe they are new, because maybe they didn't care much about some things, some details, or some music business ideas that we might have learned in the past. But at the same time, I don't think a record label should put on his shoulder the making a band. I mean, the record label is helping the bands, but it's not the label that make the bands.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
make the artist, and if the artist is good and can promote himself and can go on, it's gonna sell more.
Yeah.
So
That's
but I
totally
don't think
true,
I don't really feel like I can be someone that takes. If you give me a new band that no one's heard of, and you tell me, okay, these four guys, for two beautiful guys, two beautiful girls, a new band, they are very good musicians. They will do everything you tell them, and you will release their record. I don't think I can make a successful band anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really trust myself that much. I think I can do my best to help the bands that are on my label, but I don't feel like Stride can make a band like a phenomenon. So going back to your question, of course, the rare issues of Screeching Weasel Records, guys, I'm not. I don't need to tell you, like they sell, they sell because it's a band that a lot of people love, and the records are very good, and we care about producing the reissues with a nice touch, and they sell, of course. For every Skitcher with a record, maybe we have other, I don't know, 4 or 5 titles that we still have to recoup the investment, and then at the end of the year, it's just me and Luca looking at each other in the eyes and say, okay, okay, we made another year. A shake of hand, and we go to the next. It's okay.
Yeah, but what I feel though, I don't know if you feel the same, Andrea, but you love Screeching Weasel, like I love Groovy Ghoulies. So and we both make sure that the packaging is great and everything. So I'm proud of those reissues, but I feel they're less important in a way to do than like the smaller bands. Because if I would not release Groovy Goodies reissues, there would be 5 other labels lining up wanting to do, and you would have like double amount of labels wanting to do Screeching Weasel, So to me, it always feels, I'm super thankful for all the support I got from Cappy from day 2 of the label, he was really there super early on, opened so many doors. I'm quite confident that, for example, the Methadone's Career Objective, one of the best releases I ever released, would not have happened if there was not already a Groovy Ghoulies release on my label. That's really made back in those days. When actually I was with you, Andrea, in Chicago, staying at Vepit's place when he let me hear those recordings, and he was wondering what to do with them. And we had a really great night, and we got drunk together, and I danced with his little dog, so that also we bonded over that night. But also because he felt like, okay, if this guy is putting out a Groovy Goodies record, he's probably good people, So I'm really thankful for everything Cappy has always done for me. But when I put out a Groovy Goodies release, it's a sure bet. I just know I can move a good amount of records of that. But something like Local Drags, for example, if I would not release that record, probably nobody would, because it's a new band, like a guy who's been playing in a few other bands, but nothing like Jeff Palmer, for example, has a history with playing in the Queers. On 2 Queers releases he played. The Guts made their mark, the Connection that he was in with Brad Marino made his mark. He's in Kurt Baker's band. So Jeff is like a new artist. I did his first solo record, but he's also not new in a way, so he would probably also find his way. But especially those bands that they don't even have to be new. I think you guys are putting like Odorant's record, which is also a brilliant album of a band from Finland that's been around, that was around 20 years ago already. But that's the releases that we. The most important releases.
That's one that I'm excited about. That's one that I'm excited about because for me the band was a new discover, and me and Luca really believed in this record, and but no one had heard of them around here. So we're seeing that people is writing us, telling us they just discovered the band and they like them a lot. And so this is exciting,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And that's so for those bands, we actually make some kind of difference, because with Striped, you have there's a lot of people looking at Striped, what are going to do next, and yeah, well, it's true, right? Like,
Now you
yeah,
scare
so
me a bit.
huh?
I'm an introvert. If people
No,
is
Yeah.
looking at Stripes, I'm just trying.
No, but I feel
I
like
ask you about that because I think it's important to repeat it. For every reissue sale, if for every
and I'm
reissue sale
proud
you
of
do,
them,
No,
I
I don't
love
feel
doing
like a
them.
merchant. I don't feel like a merchant that has to find the best issues to make more money and sell more copy, of course. But I hope Stripe will always be I mean, able to support itself with sales and everything. We cannot afford to lose any money. If Stripe will start losing money, we will probably shut it down because I cannot really afford to lose any money. But of course, I don't feel like a merchant. But I want Stripe to be a healthy record label. But at the same time, I don't feel like I'm really this content generating promotion machine. I mean, it's just we print the records we like, and hope to sell them and do our best to sell them. But that's it. That's about it. I think, for example, this is probably why I believe there are many labels that have a stronger identity than Stripe. So sometimes, I mean, when you think about the cool label, I think Stardumb, I think Mutant Pop, I think, Lookout Records, it was way big, but it was cool for me at the time, and it was a cool nick. But I don't see Striped being as cool as those labels. You know what I mean?
I think you are as cool. It's just like what I have going for me is 23 years. That's the thing, because I was stubborn enough to continue the label for that long period. So there's a lot of memories for people connected to Stardumb releases. Because there's moments in everybody's life that something important happened, and
but I believe you gave an identity to the record label with your art. You gave an identity because you were very active in the scene, and you always have been, because of your personality as artist, because of the care you put in all the releases, which is something that I really admire. But so if I think of Stardumb, I think, okay, anything he did is cool. He's got like the very nice touch, or magic touch of he decides to do a fanzine, it looks great. He decides to do a sticker, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
for me,
that's actually
that's what is just.
No, but that's what I think you guys are doing. Yeah. But it's still, there's these labels, and also I don't want to take away anything from them, because everybody is a different person and has a different way of running their label, But there's a lot of labels that you ask them, hey, do you want to put this out? As often it's like co-releases with like 5 other labels, and you just have to send in your logo, and the band says, I'll take care of everything. And it's definitely needed that there's people who run their label like that to help out those kind of releases. But that's also not what Striped is. For me, there is a clear identity to Striped. It's not a label that just
what we're trying to do is, of course, care more about our releases, and we don't want to be like that logo in between other 3 or 4 logos on a record. This is what we're trying to do. Like, for example, we're not really into sharing releases with many labels or other labels, because I think in the end, when you have a record and you have 3 or 4 labels for the same record, and every label has a territory, everybody gets a share of copies, everybody sells copies, no one feels responsible about what the records.
I feel exactly the same.
What's happening to the
totally
record?
Fine.
No one is responsible. Once you sold your copies, the record is dead and off the market. And the band, we move on to another record. They wouldn't even care if someone will care of reprinting it, someone will care of promoting it better, someone will care of keeping it in stores. This is not what we want to be.
Yeah.
Of course, if a band we like come to us and tell us, okay, we're doing a release, 500 copies, you want to get half, you sell your half, it's okay. But this is what not make us excited, because it's not
but it's
the
still
work
like
that we have to do.
Yeah, for example,
That way we're just merchant.
Yeah. I mean, the More Kicks album was a co-release between Dirtnap and me, and that just made total sense because the band is musically somewhere between what Stardumb is known for and what Dirtnap is known for. Also, well, the band broke up now, so it didn't happen. But they had really like plans on touring the US, and then it felt like, okay, that seemed like a good team up. Also, Ken is a really amazing guy that I've known for years. So I'm not against working with another label, but I totally
there must be a project. There must be a project.
It gotta make sense.
Otherwise, it's just the band pre-selling their new record.
I also feel that
that's it. Like, so they afford the pressing and
I also feel I got something to offer in like I always part of like the artwork, even if I don't design it, and there's still some small tweaking that I'm looking at it as an art director in that case. It's like, maybe we should do this and this, because that's my talent. That's my real job. So that's what I can bring to the table to lift things a bit. And that's also I feel that's also why people like what you just described feel there's identity to the label, and I think that's get lost if I would be all over the place with things. So I rather focus on a smaller roster and build like a catalog with them than just doing here and there stuff. But guys, I like chatting with you guys, but
there is only one important topic we have to discuss, because let's go back to the main topic. Here it is.
Who knows?
Okay. And the question is ska coming to punk or Raduno in 2024?
Well, I listen to a lot of Jamaican music, and maybe less ska than reggae and rocksteady, but I'm not against ska at all. You know what it is? I listen to a lot of hip hop. That's been said before. I'm even wearing a De La Soul sweater. I'm always skeptical of white rappers. I'm a racist like that. I think when there's a white guy starts to rap, I'm skeptical. I'm like, okay, you got to prove yourself if you can do this right. And that's for me the same with ska. I love Jamaican ska. If someone who's not from Jamaica is doing it, I'm a little bit like, okay, but if it's done well, it's done well. Like if someone either do something unique with it or just really feels the music, like for the Slackers, for example, like I love that band, and they know they breathe that kind of music, So, but we'll see if if ska
if
comes
Operation
back.
Ivy will come to Punk Raduno, I think we will be all happy, right?
Yeah.
Or Interrupters too.
In my eyes, Operation Ivy is way more a punk band than a ska band.
Yeah, it's true.
And I think they just had a unique punk sound, ska influenced. But either way, bring them over, guys.
Yeah, sure. We say hi to Operation Ivy. They always follow us.
Of course. I was planning on coming over anyway again this summer, but if Operation Ivy plays, I will be there for sure. I might bring my family.
You never know when it's going to be the last time, so this could be the last time. So you have to come every year.
I know I'll be there every year because I don't want to miss anyone. I missed the first two, right? The first one, I maybe wasn't even really aware of it. The second one, I wanted to go, but my wife said, I'm pregnant and I'm expecting the baby in July. Maybe you shouldn't go. And she was right, of course. But then afterwards, I've been to everyone except, every edition, including like the second worst Raduno. The first one I couldn't go because you were just not allowed to leave the Netherlands. But
that's why it was the worst. The worst Raduno ever without Stefan Stardumb.
But I'll be back, guys.
Stefan, thank you so much. Say hi to Lone Wolf and to beautiful
Yes, I will.
Rotterdam.
I'll catch
Have
the
fun.
final 2 songs, I think.
Sorry.
No, I enjoyed being here with you guys. So
Thank you so much, Stefan.
yeah, hope to see you guys soon.
Bye, Stefan. And we want to repeat, as we spoke about co-productions, that's why we only co-produce with Punk Rock Raduno label and Stardumb Records. And you can find this on Stardumb Records website. You can find it at Punk Rock Raduno website. But if you want to ship all these things together, Stardumb, Punk Rock Raduno, and more stuff, you can shop at stripedmusic.com. Right, Andrea? Like, so you can
That's right.
you can shop alternative and indie, independent,
Yeah, that's
and
another difference. That's another different. Strikemusic.com is also like an online store.
yes,
We don't pretend to be huge. We cannot compete with all the online stores that are out there. But at the same time, it's not just the label. The label's website it's like
yeah.
a store.
Everyone,
So,
yeah, that's it.
so,
we have
so that's
another
also
guest.
something that maybe takes back the identity and put us in a different category. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
We do have another guest, a surprise guest
Whoa.
that is waiting since 20 minutes.
Really?
We spoke to her. So we have a guest that played today on the Raduno Mega Stream, an old friend of ours, and is gonna be 3 Italians speaking in English now. So, oh my god. Yes, there you go. Look if you recognize him.
Whoa.
Hi everyone.
Who's this guy? No, I'm
Ciao a
joking.
tutti.
I'm
Hi.
joking. Ciao, Jimmy.
We have Jimmy from High School Dropout. High School Dropouts
Ciao.
played Punk Rock Raduno 5, reunited for Punk Rock Raduno 5, and today you were able to see their beautiful set. And Jimmy, I just want to, I don't know if you watched yourself today during Raduno stream, but if you didn't, there were some comments there, some really nice ones. And there was one in particular that said something like, I was there, I missed the show because I didn't know the band, and I went for a break at the bar. And then when I came back, I just grabbed one copy of the reissue of their first album. And then that was my number one record for that year. So, he was very happy that he discovered you. How does that make you feel?
Yes,
Beside all?
I read that on the chat. Yes, it was very very nice to hear that. And I don't know who that guy is, but I'm very happy that he find us on Spotify or whatever, and he discovered us 20 or more years later than we were playing consistently at the beginning.
Nice. So I just want to have your, because of course High School Dropouts played Punk Rock Raduno 5. They re-released with Batman Records your first LP, which in my opinion is one of the best Ramones core, if we want to call it punk rock records produced in Europe. That one is a real classic and never got released on LP, on vinyl. So that was a good reissue. And also you reunited for Punk Rock Raduno. You even played a Springsteen song for me. Thank you. Came out very great. And I just want to know your feeling about Punk Rock Raduno, because that was your first Raduno. So and and I think you were really active during late
It was
90s.
simply a blast for us.
Yeah, tell
It
me
was a blast for us. Apart from getting back together and okay. Apart from getting back together, and this was already something special for me. But anyway, the whole environment of the Raduno was a nice surprise for me because I haven't attended the years before. So I stayed there all the 4 days, and one of them was our show, and it was perfectly organized and perfectly set. And for that, I have to congratulate with you, Andrea, and all the staff, because it was a perfect environment from the stages, from the bands, from the food, whatever. So it was 4 days of a blast for me. Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. But one question I have for you, like, will the band will continue to go on? Are you gonna record something, or you're gonna play more shows? Are you gonna be active?
Uh, I'd like to say yes, but it's no. That's
No.
because we all have wife and kids, and some of us we live apart from each other. Especially Julio lives in Germany, so
Ah,
it's hard to have rehearsals and to start up something new. I, by
yeah.
the way, do have some songs which probably I started writing 20 years ago and never finished. So a spark of hope in new material there is, but who knows? They will ever see the light.
Was there a
Yeah,
band
well,
that impressed you? Like some band that you discovered there, you were like, okay, this band is really good.
Yeah, I was very anxious to see Giant Eagles because I was following them from their first release, and I was very curious to see them live, and they did not disappoint. So it was a great set that night. And who else was there? Uh, just tell me some names. I don't remember. the No, especially Giant Eagles. I was curious to see them, and it was a tight set, really.
Nice. And for those who didn't follow, the Italian punk rock scene in the late 90s, uh, Giacomo Jimmy was not only playing in a band, he also had like a record label, and he was responsible for basically releasing the first material of Retarded. Like, so I believe you released the first record of them, like the vinyl of with your label, No Name, No Logo. So the first edition of that Retarded self-titled record that then got reissued on Stardumb Records and now got re-released by Batman Records. You were the one that released it originally, and even a 7-inch at the beginning, right? Something like that.
Yes, the 7-inch was probably the yellow one. Saturday Night Want to Go to the Show, and which came out at the same time of Judy Wants to Be My Girl, which was on Retarded's label. And yes, it was probably summer of '99, more or less, and I was already friends with the guys since 1996 or 1997. So when they started Retarded and they had that Riverdale sound, I completely fall in love, and I found that it was something fresh on the pop punk uh, panorama, Italian panorama at the time. So well, I believe in them, and I'm happy to see that they had a so long career and made so many records. That's it. Still friends with them.
Did you see them during last Punk Rock Raduno? On Saturday they played.
No, I wasn't there that night because this year I went just for one night, the night that played Problem Packs with Cody,
Yeah,
but I did not catch Retarded this year.
yeah. And
Anyway,
now you can.
I still yeah.
well,
Oh, sorry.
Retarded have a new record coming out, and they're gonna play a good bunch of shows next year. So
Yeah.
I believe there's gonna be chances.
Yes.
Of
And you can
course,
watch the live stream
I'll try to be
at
there.
now. Yeah, it's great. It's a great show. Now it's online on your YouTube, on our YouTube channel, and the new record is called the same as the first. So it's referring to the first record you released first on your label, and still looking
Yeah,
for that
I'm look
freshness of
forward
the first
to hear it.
record.
Yes, very curious about it.
Cool.
Okay,
Thank
Guys,
I
you,
hope they still keep it.
Jimmy. Jimmy.
apologize, but I have some work to do. So.
Oh, no.
I'm afraid
4
I
more
gotta leave you.
minutes.
Me too.
Let's do 1 hour.
Okay.
Stay here to say goodbye,
Okay.
and then we
If I
go.
have some work to do, you will see me standing up
Okay.
and coming back. Okay.
Jimmy, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Yeah,
And we see you. You can give us a request
my
for the
pleasure.
next Raduno, and probably we are not gonna be able to book your request, but it's nice to dream. Tell me a name you would like at next Punk Rock Raduno.
I will be really happy to see an Australian band called the Thorazins, which probably Franz I have already advised to you some weeks ago, some months ago. I think they are a good band, and more, of course, you did not have booked an Australian band up to now in Raduno, probably. So I think that's still a spot you still have to fill, right?
We did this year. We booked a private function this year on Saturday, the day you were not
Okay,
there.
okay.
Another show. But there is always
No.
It's a good idea about the Torresins, though.
Yes,
Very
and
good
they
idea.
also wrote our anthem, right?
Yeah.
It's Let's Go to
Let's
Punk
go
Rock
to Punk
Raduno.
Rock
So
Raduno.
since they
Yeah,
wrote it, they have an open
especially because
invitation.
they had a song called they had a song called "Let's Go to Raduno" or something like that. So
Yeah.
a perfect band for that.
Okay, so headliners on the Saturday.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you so much.
Ciao. Ciao, ciao.
Okay, bye. Good night,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Ciao, ciao.
Andrea, oh yeah, they did write the Michael, the Michael, the Raduno song, and they have an open invitation since then. So if they
So
it's
they
always weird to invite someone from
I think I
Australia
did a
because
live interview with the guy, so I think
Yeah.
I know him. It was nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's a very nice guy. And Andrea, I don't want to keep you out of work because, of course, but I think soon we are going to announce some news about Raduno and the lineup, but be sure it's going to be from 11 to 14. No matter who's going to play, it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to.
Yeah, we're taking it slow with the booking because you guys are gonna come anyway.
Yes, exactly. Maybe no one is going to play. Who knows?
That would be nice.
That would be the best. Just
It's
drinking.
like you leave the stage and the instrument there and say, okay, if there's a band here and you guys want to play, just go on. And I think we will have amazing shows.
Yes, which we actually did a couple of years. Sometimes we actually did. When someone was canceling last minute, we just said
that happened.
do you want to play? Do you want to play?
That's the way we like it.
Yes. And talking about news, you have a new song out.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, I have a single out.
Yes,
a pop song.
You're a pop singer now.
I'm a pop singer. That's what's always been my dream. And now
Yes,
I'm a pop singer. I have a new profile, new photograph, and that's just me. Feel like I'm just playing trying to be a pop singer.
An open mic. Do you think we should do a karaoke at Raduno? Like everyone is asking for karaoke.
I wish there was some punk rock stand-up comedians. I would book.
That would be Henry Rollins. Can you imagine having Henry Rollins having that?
Wow.
That would be really good. So, Andrea, thank you so much for joining us and for talk with me. And so as I don't want to stay here to talk alone, I think we are gonna wrap this up. And just remembering Stripe Music to do all your online and Christmas shopping. You do it for a good cause, and punkrockraduno.com for all the information. And if you want to buy stuff from Punk Rock Raduno, for example, like the hoodies and the t-shirts and the new merchandise, you can go there. And if you want to combine it with other records, Stripe Records just released the beautiful How to Make Enemies reissue from Sketching Wizard. The new Odorant record is great. The Travolta's reissues is fantastic. And so, a lot of good stuff. And the new Retarded record is coming out in January, just before Green Day. So, or after Green Day. So
After Green
I,
Day.
I
You
heard
wanted
that
to
they
sell a
allow
few
Green Day to sell some
Yeah.
copies. Yeah, right. That's really good.
Sounds
And
about right.
yeah, and from now on you can find all the live shows that we stream today on our YouTube channel, and soon some news. And one news we can say, like, probably during Christmas time, just before Christmas, we are gonna release what, Andrea? What we are gonna release?
We have. Are we spoiling this?
Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah, why not? Anyway, I don't think a lot of people will still be here listening to us to wrapping up. So if you listen until now, you'll be happy to know that right before Christmas we are releasing. It's not the after movie this time. It's a proper 20 minutes documentary about punk rock Raduno. That's gonna be
Yes.
the after movie for Raduno 6.
Yes. And the good news is that me and Andrea speak very little, and
Very
there's a
little.
lot of cool people speaking and describing and narrating Raduno, from people that is working at Raduno, from people that is attending Raduno from different countries, from bands, and a lot of footage. It's very professional.
Yeah,
I think we're lucky to
I
be
liked it a
surrounded
lot.
by very, very talented people. So. And it's going to be in English, subtitled too, so you can even understand Italian speaking in English. And yeah, it's going to be out just before Christmas. We're going to announce it soon, probably in our YouTube channel. And yeah, Andrea, can you suggest a Christmas present to buy for everyone? Like, what would be like a perfect record or item, punk rock
The
item or
perfect
record?
Christmas record of our scene is Jagger Holly Christmas record.
Perfect. I don't have it.
That's our Christmas album. I mean,
Yes, I don't have it.
every
Damn.
scene is a Christmas album. I could tell you Elvis' Christmas album is pretty good. Phil Spector is probably the best, but our Christmas album is Jagger Holly.
Also, the Peanuts one is really great.
Yeah.
Quoted by Obama. Okay,
All right.
cool.
Thank
Guys,
you.
thank you so much for following us. Thanks again. News soon. Bye. Andrea,
Ciao,
have a
guys.
good evening.